What is good, Tampa? I am here answering your questions today. I dropped one of those little stickers on Instagram to ask me any questions about Tampa or anything you like. I narrowed it down to my favorite 12 questions that I got, and here's the answer. All right, so here's the first question I'm going to answer. What's the best hidden gem restaurant in Tampa? Well, if I tell you, it wouldn't be so hidden anymore, I don't think, but I will go ahead and give you my best answer for that. One of them might surprise you. It's actually a sports bar. It's called the Press Box. It's on Dale Mabry, right off of Kennedy. This place has been there since like 1950 something, I believe, and it hasn't changed a bit. Cool dive sports bar, TVs everywhere. The staff is super friendly, and the food is actually really good. The second one I'm going to give you is actually a sushi place. So if you're a sushi person, this is definitely a place you should check out. And I'm probably going to butcher the name. Izaka Tori. I'm not exactly sure if I'm saying that right, but it's right next to the Press Box, actually. By the outside of it, you would never guess there's this beautiful, authentic restaurant inside of it because it's like in a small plaza. But you go in, it's beautiful in there, and the food is delicious. So those are two quick hidden gems I would point out. Okay, where's the best place to watch a sunset in Tampa? For this, I would do the new sunset cruises that the Pirate Water Taxi is doing. That was a great way to experience Tampa sunset, so that would probably be my number one recommendation there. Two other quick ones, I would say Ballast Point Pier would be one, and then the Ben T. Davis Beach over there by like Rocky Point. That would be another good place to check out the sunset. All right, next question. What's the most overrated thing in Tampa? I would say probably South Howard around 9 p.m. It's like rush hour traffic, but with everybody holding White Claws. Again, maybe I'm just saying this because like I'm 40 plus now, and it's just not my scene. But there are still some good restaurants down there on South Howard, but in my opinion, it's overrated. What's the best place for a first date in Tampa? So I think a good idea for this would be taking the Pirate Water Taxi from the convention center down to like Armature Works, getting off at Armature Works, and then having a reservation at like Steelbach. To me, that would be like a perfect date, romantic boat ride, nice dinner, and then you can hang out like in the field and watch the sunset at Armature Works afterwards. That's what I'm going with. Why did you start this Tampa is Life? Well, because I love making videos. I love Tampa, and I wasn't really sure what I should start making content about, so the two just kind of fit naturally. I mean, that's pretty much it. Why do you let her drive? I assume this has to do with maybe that reel I posted recently with my girlfriend and I and passenger prisoner video. I'll throw that up real quick. Truth is, I hate driving. I never have liked driving. It's just, I don't enjoy it. I try to be a passenger princess, but like I said, it's more of a passenger prisoner. Do you ever get recognized in public? Yeah, sometimes I do, and it's great. I love when people say hello. What's one thing every tourist must do in Tampa? Probably walk down Bayshore, pretend like you're a fitness influencer, and take a bunch of photos. And then maybe get lost trying to find parking in Ybor City somewhere. Those are good. Other than that, I think everyone should experience a hockey game if it's hockey season, because the Lightning put on a show like nobody else. And exploring Riverwalk. That's another thing I think that Tampa has that is really unique and a lot of fun. Lots of things to do. So that's my answer to that. If Tampa had a slogan that wasn't Champa Bay, what would it be? I'll have to think about this. I haven't heard Champa Bay in a while. I'm gonna have to come back to you on that one. I don't know. So you love mac and cheese. What's the best mac and cheese in Tampa? I think I've answered this bunch of times, but I would say Del Fresco's over by International Mall. They are still, in my opinion, the number one mac and cheese around. So if you're looking for a good mac and cheese, definitely go to Del Fresco. How do you decide where you're going to do your food review? This one, all different sources. Sometimes I'll just do research on places that are just opening, or I will just stumble upon a place and just say I'm going to do a video while I'm here. Or sometimes places will ask me if I can come out and do a video. So those are, different sources on how I do the videos. That's one thing you should never do in Tampa. Walk alone past midnight in Ybor City. What's the most Florida thing you've ever seen? Probably that guy that walks down Bayshore with the parrot on his shoulder drinking beer at like 9 a.m. and his little skimpies. That's probably the most Florida thing I see around Tampa. But I mean, there's a whole show on Netflix about Florida man that just, some of the stories are absolutely crazy. But there's also a guy who walks around Hyde Park with a parrot on his shoulder too, but it's a different guy. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. What's your favorite area of Tampa? Like from neighborhoods, I love the Swan Estates neighborhood or Palmacia neighborhood. I love Bayshore and Riverwalk, like I mentioned earlier. And Water Street has gotten amazing in the last couple of years. So, I mean, that would be another high place I would put on my list. Where's the best Cuban sandwich in Tampa? Okay, this one, easy. For me, it's La Segunda. The other big one is the West Tampa Sandwich Shop. So those are the main places people are getting their Cubans around here. I'm a La Segunda guy. Why does every road in Tampa have 10 different names? I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that. What is the best festival in Tampa? Well, most people would probably say Gasparilla, but again, I'm kind of over that. I would say I love Margarita Fest, which we haven't had this year, or the Gasparilla Music Festival. What's one Tampa stereotype that's totally true? Probably that everyone has a boat or knows somebody who has a boat or talks about wanting a boat. That's definitely a typical stereotype that's true. What's the best time of year to visit Tampa? I'd say like right now, like March, April, that's when the weather is perfect, but it's not too hot like July and August are. So yeah, March and April, I'd say. Who's the new blonde girl in your video? So that's my girlfriend. She's not new. She's been around for a while. She's amazing, and that's all you need to know. Those sunglasses you're always wearing, those are my Gooder sunglasses. I got them at Armature Works in that store. I can't think of the name of the store right now, but the one outside by the bar. I only have one day in Tampa. What should I do? I would say if you can catch a hockey game, go to a hockey game, get on the Pirate Water Taxi, or do something out on the water, and then have a nice dinner on Water Street somewhere. Maybe during the day, get on the water, do something like that. Yeah, that's it. All right, one more. What is your favorite bar in Tampa? There's a lot of good bars in Tampa. And I'll give St. Pete a shout out too. Rooftop Bar, The Canopy, I love. And they have a new bar by the pier called Perry's Porch, which I love. But as far as Tampa goes, I love Edge on Howard there. I know I was kind of crapping on Howard earlier, but they do have a nice rooftop bar at Edge. Another one I like to just go to, like it's a good time, is the Patio. If you're looking for something a little bit more bougie, maybe Gin and Joint or like Edge, like I mentioned earlier. All right, that's going to wrap it up for the questions today. I appreciate everyone who sent them in. I will definitely do this again. I enjoyed answering your questions here. So send more anytime you want, DM, or I'll throw another Instagram sticker up there. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video.